Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope everything is good. I hope there will be no issue with the sound because in the last video there was, and sadly I cannot check it. I didn't find a way to check it for some kind of technical reason. But before we start, I would like to address something because I think that it might touch a lot of people here. Listen, when you are getting out of a toxic relationship or when you are awakening to all kind of things and you are healing and all those kind of things, then you are going through a particular period, right? And in this period, when you are awakening and you are healing and all those kind of things, you might be very sensitive, have no patience, see a lot of red flags and not want to deal with it. And it's kind of normal, right? Because with healing comes it demands a lot, right? It demands a lot. It demands a lot from ourselves emotionally. It can also be the body might. We are talking about healing, right? So the best way that the body is healing, it is also sleeping. Why? Because we also need. We feel tired. It is taking a lot from us, right? There is also a lot of release there. So in the release, all those kind of, let's just talk about a shift, right? There is a shift operating. And during this shift, we might truly not have so much patience for people, be very, very sensitive to all kind of things, and it is totally okay, right? It is not okay if you don't accept it, and then you are trying to find reasons and excuses to justify why you don't want to see this person and this person and this person. You know, you might simply uh, um, see them, and understand that maybe at another period you might deal with it, maybe later on. Right now, maybe you can't, and it is totally okay, right? So just, I think that very often when we are getting into this awareness and this healing and this period, we feel a certain way because we feel very sensitive and we awaken to all kind of things, and truly there is a lot of things happening in ourselves, emotionally, physically, energetically, all those kind of things, right? But just, consider it to be a period. It doesn't mean that later on you won't maybe want to be in touch with people, even if you see that they are not healing or they are not this or they are not. And I'm not talking about people who have hurt you, right? This is not what I'm talking about. But right now you might meet people and immediately see things, and you say, I don't want to deal with that, right? Right now you don't want to deal with that, you are dealing with yourself, right? And it's okay. But you will see that maybe later on you will be able to see things, and you will have the energy to invest in putting boundaries, in knowing how to deal with the situation, which you might not have the energy to do right now because right now you are healing, right? Just wanted to give this opening this idea because I think that it's important to understand that what we feel at a certain moment, it doesn't mean that it is what we will feel all the time. Once again, I'm not talking about people who have hurt you, but if you are now in a period that you feel the need to be a lot with yourself, where you have no patience for any kind of unhealed or all those kind of things, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. And it is also totally fine that later on, maybe you will have patience. You will have patience because you will know how to manage it, because you will have find some kind of mechanics that work for you, right? So this is what I wanted to share with you. This being said, let's get into a reading. I have no idea what deck I want to use to start, so let's see. Let's get into the treasure box. I hope that your weekend is going well. Oh, tarot, I like it. Yes, I put also in, there is only one paper here with the tarot, because sometimes I like to start with the tarot. So let's do that. Oh, I'm excited about it. I like that. I was wondering if it would ever come up. So which deck? Yeah, I kind of feel that I want to start then with the Modern Witch, and then I will take another tarot deck for the rest. Let me put it back here. So let me just shuffle this deck. Love this deck, but oof, very hard to shuffle. Very, very hard to shuffle. These cards are too thick, if you ask me. So, up. So, let's see. What are the messages that we are getting? What are we talking about? What are in the vibes right now? Let's see. Oh. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. This is all good. This is all good. Okay. Might be talking about somehow related to what I just talked about. The first card here is talking about healing. Regarding the relationship, connections, partnership, we are talking here about awareness. Getting out of the overthinking, the self-blame, the mental prison, all those kind of things. Okay, let me put those cards down. I think that it came out like this. We have three on the table. 3 times 3 on the table. Okay, so the setting here, we are talking about healing. So we might be talking about your healing period. We might be talking about another awakening, seeing things clearly now, maybe about karmic feminine that was in your life. As said, doesn't have to be a feminine, but it can be. It can also be a mother. We are with the Empress. This might be a toxic mother, but it doesn't have to be. It is the feminine energy here that is in a karmic state, right? So we are talking about overbearing, jealousy. It can be neglecting. It can be overbearing. Did I say overbearing? Dishonest, manipulative, all the queens in reverse, right? This is what we are talking about here. It kind of feels that you might have awakened about connections where there was no equal give and take here. Yeah, we might be talking about healing your people pleaser nature, maybe, with this give and take here. Yeah, there is here a lot of there is healing, and there is also awareness. Eight of Swords here, speaking about getting out of a mental prison, being always stuck in your mind and overthinking all the time and all those kind of things. It feels here that it is, you are getting out of that because we have the moon here in reverse. There was some kind of confusion that is lifted now. So I truly feel here that we are talking not just about healing, we are talking about awareness. You have understood something. You had a choice to make here that was important. You might have felt that nothing was going right in your life, that there was a heavy energy all the time, that you were all the time overthinking. And the overthinking, it might be many, many things, but considering what we have here, I kind of feel that you might have felt that you always needed to do more and more and more, and it was never enough. You might have had people here that were projecting on you. With the Empress in reverse, we are talking about someone that when you it's also somebody very much self-centered, right? It's not somebody who treats other people right. It might also be someone who is all about very opportunistic, very, it's my comfort and that's all, and I'm expecting you to give it all, and I'm not giving anything here. And you might have had a lot of those energies in your life. Let me see here. Yeah, I truly feel here that you understood that you needed to work on your relationships, right? We have the Three of Pentacles here. It is talking about working together. And here with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, I feel that you might have felt that you were working with others while other people might not have been working with you. But if we have the Empress in reverse, you might not have seen it because they will use words any way that they just want to use them, right? It doesn't mean that it's the truth. So if you are coming up with something, they won't come from either. They won't even... there might be two options. One option, they are playing it all empathetic and everything, but they are just continuing to do the same thing. Or they are being just making you feel that you are the problem all the time, right? Kind of feel that those are the two options here. I don't feel that we are talking about someone who has cut you off, right? Because those kind of people, they are not they are not going for happy relationships. It's not about a true partnership. So they want to keep people. They don't care to be hypocritical. They don't care to give the minimum. They don't care. So I don't feel that this person would have told you, if you're not happy, go and see me somewhere else. But it's more like making you feel that you are the problem, right? Or saying, yeah, I understand, but at the same time, they don't change, they just find excuses, they play the victim. All those kind of things, kind of manipulation and all those kind of things. With the moon in reverse here, I truly like it because it is talking about you being able to see something that you couldn't see before. So we have two cards here talking about getting out of this mental burden, this confusion of never knowing what's going on. And in the seventh position, having the Three of Pentacles, we are truly talking about your relationship with others. Kind of feel that you are all about finding your soul tribe now, right? This is what it is. And if this is not what it is, if it's not true support, if it's not equal give and take, if it's not people who are truly coming to celebrate you, truly, you might not be interested, considering that it is in the 8th position. This is your good karma, in fact, right? That you now understand that some people, they might not have treated you right. We don't care to know even why. It's irrelevant. It's interesting to understand and know that, okay, those people don't treat me right, and I'm not interested in that. And it's important because otherwise you might be very confused, and this overthinking might be, what am I doing wrong? Why do I always feel that I have no support? Why, when I need some kind of support, I feel worse than when I, like you know, people are saying, yeah, you need to talk to people and this and that, but you might have tried to talk to people and they might have just made you feel worse, right? So why should you? Why should you? I kind of feel here with the Three of Wands in reverse. Wait, we have 4 trees here. This is crazy. It's a great number, the 3, because it is talking also about expansion. It is talking about creativity, it's talking about expansion. Okay. Yeah, but I kind of feel here that regarding the past, for you, you are not waiting for people to come back. You are, and it's a good thing, right? Because it means that you have truly closed the door there. You are, for you, it's over. When you said that it was over, it was over. It's not like you were expecting something. This tells me that you truly understood here that in fact those people might not have been people that should be part of your soul tribe, right? But we have the Wheel of Fortune here, so you have turned the wheels in your favor the moment that you accepted to see the reality for what it is. It is that you might have felt stuck in your relationship in a mental prison, and this might also be the problem, that you gave too much importance to people who didn't deserve it, right? It's important to understand that not everybody deserves the best version of us, right? I kind of feel that it's something that we might learn often later in life. We tend to try to be the same person with everyone, kind of. If someone is in our life, like from a place of a friend or whatever, we kind of feel that we need to give our authentic version all the time, and it's not being unauthentic to just not give it all, right? Adapt. Viens mon amour, viens. Okay, we will get into the tarot. This, yeah, the other spread of tarot. We'll get deeper into this and get a little bit more information here. Let me just see. Okay, just a reminder. This is a collective read, which means that it's a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. You are already supposed to know what I'm talking about. If I'm talking about masculines or feminines, I am not especially talking about the gender. I'm talking about the energy from where someone is operating. So apply it however it applies to the roles in your life. And this can be past, present, or future. Yeah, beautiful. Listen, you were miserable. You were feeling cold all the time, right? Always wondering if you were welcome, if you were not welcome, if people liked you, if they didn't like you, if you were the problem, if you were not the problem, all those kind of things. And you were heading towards a very bad place, right? But you took yourself out of it. You prefer to find yourself by yourself. We have the 5 and the 5 here. You prefer to be by yourself than to stay in this place where at the end of the day you felt miserable. Wait, I will put them like this, and I will put this like this, and let's see. Yes, you can see the cards. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, you were feeling in the cold. You decided to get out of this miserable atmosphere, right? It might not have been planned, you know. It might just have happened slowly. Yeah, listen, a tower. It's a very positive one here, right? It kind of feels to me that you let it all fall down in order to be able to start anew, because you understood that in your connections here, it was not fulfilling. It was not fulfilling. So you decided to simply not invest anymore, taking back your power, taking back your energy. I love to see this tower here. It's truly, you know what? I see that this connection is not, there is no solid ground here. Poof, I let it fall. Yeah, just letting it fall. Not trying to repair, not trying to this, not trying to that. No, healing. Beautiful. Love that. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, and it might, you know, it might have happened one after the other. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, because you might have realized that you were dealing here with honestly, with the Queen of Wands, I very often see jealousy. But it can also be, you know, manipulative, domineering, attention seeker, temperamental. At the end of the day, you know, it is someone that is insecure, but they are not healing. They are not doing their healing work, right? So there are a lot of projections, a lot of jealousy, a lot of comparing. Yeah. I want to check for 1 second if there is something more here with this Eight of Wands and this Queen of Wands in reverse. I kind of feel a domino effect. This is what I feel. Nine of, yeah, absolutely. Nine of Wands and Strength in reverse. Yes, I feel that you might have felt, you know, that you needed to take distance of one person, and then this person didn't like it, and I kind of feel that they have bad-mouthed you somehow, smear campaign you, something like that. We have here the wounded warrior. So a lot of negative things coming your way, and you need to be strong here. Strength in reverse, trying to overpower you, right? When you are dealing here with somebody in the energy of the Empress reverse, Queen of Wands reverse, it's not someone who is emotionally connected to you, but they are very often very prideful, you know. Here there is like no fairness. There is kind of, I'm better than you, I don't owe you nothing, you owe me. You know, there is this kind of entitlement a little bit. So when you are not interested anymore, you know, you might just simply not have been interested anymore, and so there was a little conflict and you just jump on it and you stop putting energy into it. It might also be something like that. Maybe you have tried before to say things and it didn't change anything. You know, maybe you were at a sensitive period already because you were dealing with a lot of things, and then it was just, you know, the straw that broke the camel back, that at this moment they were not supportive at all as you needed, and you just said to yourself, why do I even need that in my life? You know, what is this person bringing me? At the end of the day, I kind of feel that I'm the one here. I don't know, like something like that. But yeah, this Eight of Wands, it might be a lot of rage, from this person. How dare you? You know? How dare you not run after me? How, you know, how dare you suddenly see things about me? How dare you not be stressed anymore when I try to manipulate you? How dare you tell me no if I want to do something? Yeah, they were talking to their friends. Yeah. Hurt their ego and their pride. You might simply have said no once, you know? Maybe they wanted to go out or they wanted to do something, and for once you said no. And this was enough for this person to feel that they are losing their grip over you, and they didn't like it. We are talking here about somebody very, very insecure, because the moment that there was this shift inside of you that you wouldn't run after this connection anymore, they felt the need to talk badly about you, right? Tell me more here, please, about this Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah, it was a strategy, you know? Their strategy was to try to make you feel totally isolated. Now you tell me no, you will see what will happen to you, right? And so they started here, a whole strategy here. And they felt that it was just fair, because at the end of the day, what they didn't like, it is that now you could start to see things that they felt uncomfortable with, right? They didn't succeed to control you, domineer you, to have you do what they wanted to do. Yeah, I truly feel here that you have, just by saying no to someone, maybe it was as simple as that. Who do you think you are? You know? Something, yeah. Tell me more here, please. The Queen of Pentacles. Taking care of yourself. It was all about now taking care of yourself. You realize that this was not bringing you anything, just stress. It's all it was bringing you. Stress. And you realize that. You realize that all it was bringing you, it was stress. So you decided to take care of yourself and take distance and heal. I will put this one back because it was just stuck. Yeah, take distance. Go towards calmer waters. Yeah. Tell me more here, please. I guess that they didn't expect you to just let the tower fall. They thought that they would tell you something, right? and that you would panic. Maybe in the past, you know, they could easily push on your buttons, trigger you. It was very easy for them in the past to trigger you, to make you feel guilty. And that you would suddenly, you know, no, but it's not what I meant, but no, but of course, but if you need me, yes, I will come, obviously. You know, be in this energy and suddenly you were not anymore. Yeah, listen. Yeah, you realized that it was not something that was healthy for you there. Yeah. Yeah, it was simply not healthy for you. Simple as that. And you know the stupid thing, right? It's that you might just realize, okay, it doesn't bring me anything. Every time that I need support, I don't feel that I have the support that I need. I always live there seeing this person, and afterwards I'm overthinking, like if I didn't do something right. It's not a pleasant energy. And that's it, you know, you didn't think more about that. But they, at the end, because they are insecure, in fact, so they are afraid that you saw something that they are trying to hide. And this is why they are starting with their gossip and all their smear campaign and all those things. When in fact you were just investing in yourself here. You are not about trying to understand exactly what's wrong with them. No, you don't care. You just care about you being in a good place. And at the end of the day, they just show more and more how they are like they show their true karmic nature, right? The devil. I truly feel here, you know, with this Ten of Cups in reverse and the devil, that they didn't want you to be happy. They didn't want you to be comfortable. They didn't want you to be happy. They wanted you to overthink. They felt good with the fact that they could have some kind of impact on you. Yeah. Tell me more here, please. Amazing. The Page of Cups came out. Yeah, so it needed to come out. Yeah, I kind of feel that you realize that you are not operating from the same place at all, right? With the Ace of Swords, we are talking about confusion, you know? It relates to me here to the Eight of Swords, being in this mental prison. Like you might have all the time felt guilty, when in fact you are innocent, you are totally innocent. But somehow with this person, with their vibe, because their vibe was something not pleasant, and you could feel something in the vibes, then you might have felt guilty all the time, but you didn't even know what you were guilty of. But you were guilty of nothing. But you know, it's the kind of person who always makes you feel uncomfortable. And of course, because we have the Queen of Wands here, it is someone who needs to feel superior to others because they are driven by insecurity and jealousy. Yeah. Okay, tell me more here, please. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, you see, they didn't want you to have this Wheel of Fortune. So they were confusing you all the time. Lying, manipulating, hiding, being unfair. Yeah, they didn't want to see you win. They didn't want to see you win. We are talking here about someone that you might not know, but they were jealous of you. They were jealous of you. And you might not know it, and I will tell you simply why. Because you might not be somebody who compare yourself to others. You might tend to only see the beauty in other people, right? So you might look at them and see all that they have and how they look and what they and their talent, and you might be somebody who's elevating everyone, so you are seeing their good parts. You are not coming from the lens of someone who is jealous and who is searching for what is not okay with someone, right? So you might not have realized that you were dealing here with somebody who was jealous of you. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Six of Wands in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse. I'm happy that you let this tower fall. The Devil, the Ten of Cups in reverse. Listen. You might have felt some kind of fear of letting go, Because maybe subconsciously you knew that this person would do something dirty behind your back the moment that you would release them. Maybe because you saw what they did with other people who took distance with them. I don't know. I don't feel that it's consciously that, but I kind of feel that subconsciously you felt some kind of fear that you might not have been able to put your finger on it. Yeah. Listen, they didn't want you to be in your full power. We are talking here about someone who, at the end of the day, they admire you and they cannot stand it. They see your value, they see that you have amazing abilities, amazing assets, beautiful things, that you can manifest the life that you want, and this person didn't want that for you. They wanted you to be totally stuck. This is what they wanted. And so they were sneakily trying to destroy your confidence. This is what they were doing. And sometimes it is just by, you are saying something and they are staying silent, Silent. Like you are saying, yeah, this person said to me that and it really hurt me, and they are staying silent. They are not saying anything. Three of Pentacles, Moon in reverse. Yeah, apparently the group that they worked with here, there might be two explanations. Or there is someone here that help you see, get out of confusion, someone that you met, something that you saw. We are talking here about people, a discussion that you had maybe, or something like that. People helping you to see, to get out of the confusion. It might even be a tarot reading. It might be a book that you read. It might be a discussion that you had truly with someone who is truly well-intentioned for you. That maybe, maybe just you might have seen a movie where you could see what it is, people that are truly working together. And you saw that, in fact, they were not working with you. They were not. Or you realized simply that you want to have people that are a support system, that are I'm stopping because I don't know how to say that, because I have an issue with this thing that we see, this idea that we only have to surround ourselves with people that are bringing us something, right? But it's not about bringing something. It's about being supportive, coming from the heart space, right? From the coming from the right place, truly wanting to see you win, truly wanting to see you happy, the same way as you are with other people. You want to see them happy, you want to see them win. When something good is happening to them, you are happy for them, right? And if we are dealing with such a person, while you might have truly been happy for them when good things were happening in their life, because they are jealous, they couldn't think differently. I know that for me, I had a lot of friends that were married and I was not, and they had children and I had not. I was not jealous at all. I would have no problem to say if I would have been jealous. Not jealous at all. I'm not comparing myself. I wouldn't have won any of their husbands. I was very happy to be without children. I could sleep at night. I didn't have all the headaches. I was very, very happy in my in whatever I was driven by work, but they couldn't detach themselves of this idea that I had to be jealous. And if I'm not jealous, what does it mean for them? Like, if the fact that I was not jealous, it was a catastrophe for them. So it was too difficult for them to accept, so they needed to think that I was jealous. Understood? This is the kind of person. This is the kind of person. They need you to be jealous of them because they are jealous. Tell me more, please, here. The Fool. You just moved on. You just moved on, trusting your future. I feel more than everything that trusting that you don't want it. It's not good. And once again, might not have even have been blaming them especially. Just being done. Like, I see that you don't bring me anything. I see what I feel. No good. No interest. No interest. You know what? This is the cleanest way to say that. Simply no interest. Right? Yeah, and so you didn't fight for the relationship. Huh? You moved on. Let's go to closure here. When I say relationship, friendship, relationship, whatever ship it is, I don't know. Kind of feel that we might be talking about a friend here. Tell me more here, please. The World in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah. They are not over it. They are not over it, and what they are not over, it is the fact that they didn't succeed to smooth talk you anymore. It might be because you are not answering, and it might be that they have tried somehow to, maybe first they tried one way, like blaming you in some kind of way, and then you didn't fell into the pit, and so then they tried maybe, just calling like if nothing. There is here something about this World in reverse. But this also tells me that they don't change, right? They continue to be manipulators, charmers, smooth talkers. Let's see here. Is there something else that I needed to understand from this World in reverse? Because there is no completion, but I kind of feel truly that it is. Maybe there was no true closure in this connection, but if there was no closure here, what the card is telling me is that there is no closure because anyway you don't trust their words. The Knight of Cups is in reverse. So this is a smooth talker. It is someone where you don't trust whatever they can say. Yeah, I kind of feel that you are simply not interested. Tell me more here, please. World reverse. Two of Wands reverse. Yeah, it's over. It's over for you. You don't see them in your future. Yeah, there was too much imbalance in this connection. Yeah. 2 and 2. Okay, let's see here if there is something more. Yeah, you took the lead of your life. Yes, you might have felt that this relationship was very superficial. The King of Pentacles in reverse. That maybe they were dependent. Maybe at the end of the day you saw that they might have been dependent on you. Or dependent on other people for some kind of superficial reason. There is a lack of balance here. Yeah, and you elevated to your Queen of Cups energy, seeing things from a new perspective. Maybe understanding that they were holding on to some kind of story or whatever. Yeah, we have again the Six of Pentacles here. I kind of feel here that there is some kind of... the Empress in reverse, listen. I kind of feel that they felt that, yeah, there is some kind of entitlement, arrogance, like if you needed them. This is what I feel here, that they thought that you needed them, that you were so kind with them and so patient and you know, whatever you could have given, because simply this is who you are, maybe, you know. You are always in this Two of Pentacles energy, always working with others. But from their perspective, they are looking at life in a very different way. They are comparing themselves all the time. So they saw you as inferior, right? So they thought that if you would do all those things, because they would do all those things, then it would be manipulation. It would be because they feel inferior to someone, and they want to be in the environment of this person. Otherwise, they wouldn't do any effort, right? And maybe because you were doing effort, because simply this is who you are, they saw themselves as superior to you. Look. Yeah, you just, for you it was done and over. You didn't fight for the connection. Yeah. And they feel confused. They thought that you would come back. Yeah, and so... Look, Judgment in reverse, Ten of Pentacles. Look, the smear campaign. If this is not smear campaign, I don't know what it is. Judgment in reverse to the community. Making very, very bad judgments about you and spreading it in the community. Look, in order to maintain some kind of control over the situation. This is a tyrant. This is somebody controlling, domineering. They cannot stand the fact that you could move on, right? Yeah, the Wounded Warrior, again. Where was it? I saw the Wounded Warrior somewhere. No, I didn't. Yeah, they were hoping that you would be stressed out. This is what they wanted. This is what they wanted. They wanted you stressed out. But you healed. You healed. You are happy. Oh, they didn't want you to find your direction. But you see. Look, you see. You see. You see very clearly. And what you see, it is that it was a loss of time and energy. Loss of time and energy because they were not investing in you. They were not. Yeah. Yeah, they were not. Yeah, total ending, listen. Total ending, you are not interested to hear them. You are good by yourself, you are happy, you are healed. Look. Look this beauty here. Peaceful, happy, healed, connected to your heart, at peace, strength. Yeah, you gained a lot of clarity here. Look, we have the Knight of Swords. Wow, listen. You gained a lot of clarity here. We have the Eight of Swords once again in reverse, right? This is, you are not blinded anymore. You are not in a mental prison anymore. Page of Swords, clarity. Knight of Swords, clarity. Truth. Seeing things as they are. Simply. Simple. It was not happy there. You needed to make a choice. And you made a choice from a very, very good place. Look. King of Cups. This is making the emotionally mature choice. Yeah, I kind of feel at the end of the day, you know, that we might be talking here about a relationship that might have been there, that started maybe before you healed in some kind of way, right? Might have been a long-time friend, something like that, right? And that with time, you realize that at the end of the day, this person was not truly making any efforts for you, or they were maybe overbearing. It might also be overbearing, but at the same time, selfish somehow, right? It's like overbearing, but it's just when it's comfortable for them. You were not a priority in their life. When you needed support, there was none. And we know why. We are talking here about someone who is in fact very insecure, and they are seeing other people as competition. They didn't want to see you happy. They didn't want it. It was a threat for them. You couldn't be in a better place than them. You understand? This is not a friend, because a friend doesn't even think this way. They want to see you happy. They don't consider you this way. It's like, you know, I don't know. I know that for me, it was always, if you are winning, I am winning. You know? This is how I always saw that. Like there is no, if you are down, so you know. So I will try not to be down, because then I cannot truly help you. But it takes me down. I want to see you up. But some people are not like that, right? And I don't even think that it's a question of insecurity. It's a question of perception. I don't know. Some people are jealous more than others. Some people compare themselves, others not. You know, at the end of the day, it was a good choice here. Yeah, you did what you had to do. I will leave it here. I hope that it was helpful, maybe insightful, maybe even healing. I don't know. Wish you a beautiful Sunday. And I'll see you in the comments. And I hope that... Oh, I just moved the camera. Now it's me. Yesterday, I don't know what moved. There was some kind of spirit here that moved things around. Now it was me. So anyway, I'll see you in the comments. Bye.